Welcome back. Let's talk weather outside on America's Mattress Live Tower Cam. Right now, we are looking a little bit more so towards the monument. We have these showers moving on down, especially in those more so high regions currently. But we'll notice on our satellite and radar, they're pretty light. We are seeing some heavier storms as we look down the I-70 corridor and into those high regions. But locally, we can expect these showers to stick around for maybe just a little bit longer, an hour, maybe 2 hours. We are seeing some hail through the Battlefield Mesa and Rifle region right now. Very small hail at that, just about pea-sized. But I do want to touch on how hail forms because we don't get it very often here on the western slope. Strong thunderstorms like the ones we're experiencing with a little bit of lightning, that thunder that we can hear has an updraft and that downdraft. So the updraft brings up actually the raindrops that are falling, and as it gets to that higher elevation, they start to cool and freeze into, well, those small hailstones. But a lot of the times, the hailstones, especially here, don't reach the ground. But as they grow and grow, they can drop down as that updraft weakens through a lot of those clouds, which then, of course, gives us that hail here locally. We don't see a lot of heavy hail here, that bigger hail like the Front Range does, but if it stays up longer in that stronger updraft, that's when it starts to get to those bigger sizes. But we're not going to see that at all, and of course, these storms are pushing on out tonight. However, we will still be seeing some heavier wind speeds into tonight. The early evening hours in those teen mile-an-hours, but we're picking up into the 20s through the late night hours and even those early AM hours. So some breezy skies ahead of us, which after these storms push out, we're expecting that heavier fire risk. We do have a fire weather watch active for not only Mesa County, but also a lot of those southern regions as we get into the weekend days, all the way carrying into Sunday, because we are expecting an increase in temperatures, which we'll see during the afternoon hours. That fire risk picks up, especially Saturday afternoon and especially into Sunday afternoon when we feel those hot and dry temperatures more than right now. But in the last 24 hours compared to last night at the 5 o'clock hour, we've lost quite a few degrees. Yesterday we were sitting right at that 99-degree mark, but we've lost 25 degrees in Grand Junction. We've lost 26 degrees in Montrose as we're sitting in those low 70s right now. But the afternoon high that we saw in the 80s today is changing tomorrow. We're seeing those upper 90s again. However, the early work week will be a tad bit cooler because we do have this kind of Pacific West upper level low that could be moving on in to give us that drop right around what we're typically used to this time of year. Not necessarily a whole lot cooler, but just setting us what we're typically used to this time of year. And we'll see in that future cast I did mention, it's pushing on out of the region, maybe some on and off clouds during the afternoon hours as we continue to see those wind speeds elevated. And as we get into the weekend days, I did mention increasing temperatures. The early work week, we're dropping off. Thursday, Friday, we'll start to see those 90s again next week with those sunny skies. Now, Montrose isn't very far behind. We'll see those mostly sunny skies through Saturday and Sunday in the low 90s. The early work week, we're dropping off again back down into the 80s. But then Thursday and Friday, again, we're increasing into the upper 80s and even those mid 90s again.